everyone. We're continuing our walkthrough now of SpongeBob Squarepants Battle for Bikini Bottom 15-minute version. This is part 18 of our SpongeBob Squarepants Battle for Bikini Bottom 15-minute version walkthrough. In the last part, we ended up finishing downtown Bikini Bottom, and we also did the work for the Tiki's Go Boom spatula, and we got a few spatulas, and we left the spatula by Mrs. Puff for collecting all the steering wheels. And by when that happened, after we collected the spatula named, let me think, Learn Sandy's Moves, we had the requirement for Goo Lagoon. So we did the bubbles in the last video, and we saved the game, and we started doing Goo Lagoon in the last video, and we're right now at the checkpoint before the challenge named Save the Children. But we're gonna not open that spatula because location-wise it's right here, but instead of talking to Mrs. Puff, we're gonna trick her and do it on our own to make you still think that there's a mystery spatula. But just so you know, that the mystery spatula will be one of our requirements. And now clan-wise, there are two in this place. I'll tell you this is a fact. And they both cost feeding-wise this time 2,200 shiny objects. So it gets more expensive every time with every place that we do. So yeah, we'll continue. Now, and you see, and also we touched all the 4 sun reflectors we could in the last video, and you see, the only sun reflector we have to hit now is the one on the island all the way back there. Do you see that? And now we'll get this yellow shiny object. And now, touch this floating tiki and this thunder tiki and get a red shiny object. And another red. And see, you can tell we have a switch around shiny object amount of 7117. Do you see that? So now we'll come down here, but go to the right instead of the... And see, we got a checkpoint, but stay over here instead of going to Mrs. Puff. Because, you see, there will be kids floating on balloons, and you have to bubble bash each of the balloons. And there are 5 balloons you have to bubble bash. Because, see, we just bubble bashed one of them. Now you see there will be logs, and we have to do it from a higher place. Now sometimes the kids will trick you and do it somewhere else than what you see. Like in this case, this kid's going for this log. Do you see where we're both standing on? He went for this log. Now, you saw I got a red shiny object, but now, in this case, when we're doing this kid, we have to do the bubble bash to make this platform get up to here. And now, well, first we can... Well, see, if we're standing on this too long, you could tell this platform comes back. So now we have to hit it again, like so. And now see, there are sinking logs we're issued with this time. Now we can get this kid like so. Now see, that's 3. And now we're gonna get up to a monsoon and a duplicatron. See, we destroyed the both of them. And right behind the duplicatron is a blue shiny object. And now, we'll destroy all these tikis to get a super mega combo, like so. And now come back here, because not only is there a yellow shiny object, there's a sock.
Another find for Patrick.
And just so you know, sock-wise here, there's 11. So there's one more than the requirement to pay Patrick.
Nice.
So now you see I got a red shiny object and a G-Love. And now we're gonna untouch this Thunder Tiki to make all these Tikis destroy. And you can only be SpongeBob and Patrick in this. And see, if we could get one more red shiny object like that, you could tell we have exactly the double 73 of shiny objects. So now we'll change it to Patrick, because there's a certain reason why. Because only Patrick can pick stuff up and throw them down. So we're going to pick up all these stone tikis and place them over here. Like when you see on the second and third, we could just place them on top of each other. Like so. And now you see, once this is done, you could jump up on them, and then you see, when we go up there, we'll collect the green shiny object and get a checkpoint. And now you see, clam-wise for here, you could tell right in front of me, there's a clam we have to pay 2,200 shiny objects for. And this time, this clam is for a challenge, and the challenge, like it was for Swingin' Sandy in downtown Bikini Bottom. And the challenge name-wise, after paying for this clam, that'll be available to you, is named Over the Moat. So you see, it's saying, do you want to feed the clam 2,200 shiny objects to challenge the dragons? So I'll say yes. And when you see, once the clam finishes feeding, you'll see a button comes up from below the water available for you to hit. And now you can see, because we paid for that clam, the spatula named Over the Moat is now available. So we just came over here with Patrick just to do that for a future preference. So now we have it available for us when we want to. So now we'll change back into SpongeBob, because that's the only thing we had to do with Patrick at this time. But I thought just because we were right, near where a challenge could be open, I was kind of thinking, hey, why not just open the challenge for a later time? You know what I mean? Because we were just right there. Now see, you could tell we're going to face a monsoon. Gotcha! Alright. Now see, we'll go over here eventually. So we'll first come over here and get these children. Because see, you could tell balloon-wise we have 3 of the 5, right? So now, see, I just got the 4th. And now you can see we're coming up over here. And also, we're coming up towards the sinking logs, except with the water this time. Now see, we just got the last kid. And now you see, it's saying all kids rescued. So now, you could tell the 50 for this place is right here. And now we'll bubble bash this and then go back over to Mrs. Puff. Now see, because we did all the work for this spatula, listen to what she says instead. Because instead, she said, at the beginning, she says, oh no, the children are floating around with balloons or something like that. They're carrying the children out of control. And she says, you could save the children by bubble bashing each of the balloons. Which we already did, and we didn't have to talk to her to do that. So we'll make the spatula available to us now. Right now.
My hero.
See? And now we'll just leave the spatula by Mrs.
Here's
Puff.
a golden spatula as a reward.
We'll just leave the spatula by Mrs. Puff like it is right there. But now you see, we just saved all the children. Now, now when we get to the Duplicatron checkpoint after the after this first part of the spatula we're opening, which is the main spatula for this place, we'll stop the video. That's going to be our goal. So see, we just got a checkpoint, and now I'm going to open the teleport box. And now, you could tell, the teleport box leads us back to here with the towers. But now, when we go in this teleport box, you could tell it leads us to here. So now see, we could get a monsoon. And now we'll get this floating tiki. And now we'll go on these to get up here to get a green shiny object and a sock.
Patrick needs to do laundry.
And now we'll get a red shiny object and another. And now talk with Bubble Buddy.
SpongeBob, I heard that you were collecting golden spatulas.
Yes, Bubble Buddy, I am. Have you seen one?
Why, yes! We were having a sandcastle contest, and somebody put a golden spatula on the top.
And by the way, this spatula we're opening name-wise is King of the Castle.
If I had a castle, I'd name it Fort Pattytown III. And Fort Pattytown III would have a big bake sale every Monday.
Now this dialogue box fills it up completely. Do you see that? Dialogue-wise? And box-wise?
The golden spatula?
Oh, at the top of the sandcastle, right! That should be easy to reach.
Well, perhaps you should see it for yourself.
And now the goal, remember what I said our goal was? It's for us to be there at our biggest limit on the camera. So now you saw I touched the Thunder Tiki and got all those white tikis, right? Okay, so now we have to push this button, and now you see that the one behind closes, but this one opens. And now when this button is pushed, you can tell it fills it up with the water, and now we're getting shiny objects as well as continuing on with the plates. Now see, instead of going on that farther platform, I just came over to here, so it's kind of a shortcut. Ooh, you see we just reached our limit. Now see, there are hammers as well. And there's also a dragon, you see, who just fired. And now you see, we're at the platform before the, where the green shiny object is. And now when we come up here, we'll get a checkpoint, and we can destroy the Duplicatron like so. So now, this is what I'm talking about. So we'll stop the part here. So yeah, most likely in this video we continued on with Goo Lagoon. And we did the spatula named Save the Children, but we just left it by Mrs. Puff. And we're right now at the we're doing the spatula named King of the Castle, and we're halfway to it. And I'll explain to you what we're shooting and what thing was shooting from the thing that was shooting in the next video. Because you saw it on the screen, but I'll tell you in the next video because we'll have more time then. So yeah, that'll end it for part 18, and I'll see you guys in part 19.